Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Tonight, I want to come at everybody out there that has kids with a message that I think needs to be delivered, especially in the wake of what has happened to the Crumbleys. And could they have a worst possible name for people to be involved in a bad situation? Crumbly, that's like the last name of every ignorant, hateful, evil, stupid character in pretty much any British show. So really unfortunate last names for them there, but that doesn't mean anything. But I just want to point that out. In the light of them being charged with, I think it's involuntary manslaughter they're being charged with. I could be wrong about that, but that's not important to the point here. What with that happening, I think it's very important that a lot of us that are pro 2A, that have younger children, get this message drilled into our head. Don't buy your kids guns. Now you're like, well, that's an awful weird statement from you, especially since you're so pro-gun and you've bought your kids guns. Well, that's because I'm not really saying don't buy your kids guns. What I'm saying is be smart. It is fine to buy a gun that your kid can use. And we're talking handguns. Long guns, different story, but rifles, but handguns, I'm saying, rifles are a different story, but handguns, a lot of restrictions on that. And it's best to just avoid the whole issue by never ever buying a gun and saying, this is my kid's gun. Buy the gun. I don't think they're buying it with their money. I know my kids don't have any money. Any money they do have is pretty much my money. So if you do buy your kids a gun, make sure it's understood that I'm buying it now. It'll stay in my possession and you will be able to use it in legal areas, because there are only certain areas children can use a handgun, according to the law. You can use it in these circumstances, and then when you turn 18, it's yours. There's nothing wrong with that. You can even wrap it up under the Christmas tree and let them see it and go, woohoo! And then as soon as you give it to them, you say, this is your gun, or at least it will be when you're 18. Until then, stays in my possession. And whether that's true or not, I don't really care. But at least you make it clear that that's your intent. And then don't let them post things on social media like, this is my new gun. My dad bought me. It's mine. No, you don't do that. Make sure your kid knows not to do that. That's not a smart thing to do. It opens you up to all kinds of issues, like what happened with this kid's parents. If they'd have been able to say, hey, that was just my gun and he wasn't supposed to ever touch it and blah, 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 they probably wouldn't be being charged right now. But because it's well known that he took the kid with him to buy the gun, apparently told people he was buying a gun for the kid, and then let the kid post on social media, my gun. And then the little psycho went and did what he did. Now, in most cases, most of our children aren't going to go do that. So we don't have to worry about it. But just to be safe, just make sure you understand the ground rules. Like I said, you can wrap it up, give them to them as gifts. I've done it for my kids. But make sure they know, hey, this will be yours when you're this many years old, 18. This will be yours to use when we go to the range. This will be yours to use when this happens, when you're legally able to possess a gun. You're not taking it to school. And if you want to be a responsible parent, I say, don't give them unfettered access to a gun. Young kids shouldn't have unfettered access to guns. I'm sorry. Even as pro-gun as I am, kids' brains are not developed enough, especially young kids. They do stupid shit all the time. Don't trust them. If you trust your kids, you're not a very good parent. Once they get to be older and you trust them to tell you the truth and stuff like that, that's one thing. But trusting a 14-year-old or a 12-year-old to make good decisions, you're a stupid parent. Hate to break it to you. And don't use I was making good decisions when I was 14. No, you just think you were. You weren't. If you're like, well, I know a kid who was 14 was raising himself. Well, that's great. I know people that have fallen out of an airplane and survived. I'm not going to say that means most people who fall out of airplanes are going to survive. So let's use a little common sense. If you buy your kid a gun, make sure there's ground rules. Make sure that you understand and make sure they don't have unfettered access to it, especially if your kid is troubled. This kid had red flag after red flag after red flag. Not only did the teachers in the schools ignore it, his parents ignored it. In fact, they didn't just ignore it, they refused to deal with it when they were slapped in the face with it like a dead wet fish. if you're going to buy your kids guns, be smart about it. Be the parent. Be responsible. Lock it away. Or put it someplace they're at least not supposed to touch it. I think that's the most important thing. Let them know that's not something that they're supposed to do anything with other than the things they're allowed to do. And keep it out of their hands when they aren't supposed to be using it. It's just the safest way to do it. I'm not saying everyone has to do that, but if you want to be safe, do it. And at least make other people think you're doing it. Don't let your kid go on the internet and show them the exact opposite, that I have unfettered access to this firearm at all times. That's just going to set you up for problems. All we got to do is be smart about these things. And his parents were definitely not being smart about these things. So that's all I'm saying. Buy your kids guns. I bought my son his rifle when he was 8. That's a different story. It's rifles, not handguns. But when he got his first handgun, I wrapped it up. I put it under the tree. He got it. I believe he was 10. It was a 22-45. And he was like, yay, it's wonderful. And I was like, and you understand, this is my property until you turn 18 years old, but it's yours to use when we go to the range, when we go shooting, blah, blah, blah. He was still just as happy as he would have been even if I could have just given it to him. So just make sure you understand the rules, and especially the rules are kind of confusing. It's about like what you can gift to kids and when you can gift it to them and where they can have it and if they can inherit it and how they can inherit it. The federal rules are confusing. So if you've got state rules on top of it, make sure you know them. But the number one thing I'm going to say, and the thing I keep stressing about this, and I'm hoping this point gets across to people because this is my real message, don't advertise it to the world. Don't let your kid post it on Facebook or wherever, or Instagram. Keep your business inside your own property or inside your own family. Don't spread it to the world. That's just asking for trouble. My son, when he was younger, when he was 6, found an old cell phone that still could access the internet, and he started a YouTube channel. His first video was him standing out shooting a cap gun while his neighbor friend filmed it. I shut that shit down immediately because I don't want that stuff broadcast to the world. Because what if people start thinking, he's letting this kid have guns when he's 6 years old because they don't understand what a fucking cap gun is. So just don't advertise stuff like this. Know the law. Don't violate the law in any meaningful ways. And then don't broadcast it to people. Just be the adult. Be responsible. Take care of your kids. Be a good parent. And this will probably never even be an issue for you because your kids won't be psychos. All right, with that being said, I want to move on to gun talk here, and I want to do a little new product alert. And I hate doing product alerts for this company because I'm not a big fan of the management. But I just wanted to let everyone know, if you're not aware already, that Springfield Armory has come out with another great 1911. It is the Ronin EMP. This is now a compact version of the Ronin. I think a lot of people are familiar with the EMP from Springfield. It's basically a little officer-sized model gun, but I do believe it uses. I'm not sure if it uses a compact frame. I think it does, the frame, but awesome little gun. And always loved them. I owned one. Thought it was a great gun, but it's a little pricey for some people. It's like $1,250 is the MSRP on those. Well, now the Ronin, they're making it. It's a lot cheaper. It's like $850 MSRP, and it's an awesome made little gun. Now, they cut some corners on price by instead of putting, they put fiber optics on there instead of tritium. The frame is not coated the same. It's a Cerakote, but it's silver, so it's not that big of a difference. Big of an issue. If it was a black, that comes off too easy. What else did they do to it to kind of reduce the price? Oh, and you only get one magazine, I think, instead of 3. But it lowers the price $400. And this is an awesome little gun. Forged frame, aluminum, forged steel slide. Instead of being a stainless steel slide like it is on the MPs, it's a carbon steel. But if you like the two-tone look, which the original MPs are also, this is just reversed, you'll like it no matter what. Because like I said, great gun. It looks like it's going to be a really nice gun. And my experience with Springfield Armory says that their 1911s are great. So if you're looking for a small 9mm 1911, something that is well-made and looks good as well, maybe you want to check out the Ronin EMP, because it's new, and I think it's going to be a really good gun. All right, everybody, before I get out of here, I want to remind everyone that tomorrow we will be giving away the first Glock of Yankees Why I Hate Glocks Christmas giveaway as part of the fundraiser for Fur Friends Animal Rescue. So if you want to be registered to win the Glock tomorrow, go over before midnight tonight and donate. $10 or more, you'll get an entry for every $10 you donate. If you donate $20, you get 2 entries. $30, you get 3 entries. I've had people actually asking me this. So don't think that's a stupid thing to say, because people are like, well, if I donate 30, do I get just 1 entry? Come on, people. But go over, donate to tympistolproject.com. There's a link in the upper corner of this video. You'll see right there on the website where you can donate to the Fur Friends Animal Rescue Glock giveaway. That will be given away tomorrow, the first one. And you only have, like I said, till midnight tonight, which is Thursday, to get into that drawing, because I have to make the list tomorrow of all the people that have donated. And then if you donate after midnight tonight, you'll be in the running for the one given away next Friday. If you donate between midnight tonight and midnight next Thursday, you'll be in the one for next Friday. I think you get it. I don't think I have to explain it any more than that. So if you haven't donated yet and you'd like to be in the running for the one being given away tomorrow, make sure you donate before midnight tonight. Good luck to everyone who goes over. And remember, this isn't so much about winning a gun as it is just doing a good thing for a good company, Fur Friends Animal Rescue. They do amazing things for pets out there, pets in need, animals that have been abandoned, abused, and even severely neglected and abused. So they spare no expense trying to help animals, even if it's just making them comfortable and feel loved in their last days. So please help them out by going over and donating and get a chance to win one of the 4 Glocks will be given away every Friday from now till the end of the year. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I want to say thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you come back again tomorrow. Until then, I just want to remind everyone, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.